A nurse accused of raping an incapacitated woman who later gave birth at an Arizona care facility is being released from jail on bond. 36-year-old Nathan Sutherland is a former nurse at the facility.
They are shocked by this news.
It's interesting to hear you say that the employees are shocked. Where do you think the investigation at this point goes from here?
Well, there's still a lot of questions. For one thing, how often did he see the victim? I think we're still getting answers on that. We don't know what shift he worked, how often he was alone with that victim. So there's still a lot in the investigation just on Sutherland himself that needs to come out. But the same question I know you and I have talked about the last few times I've been on, how did staff not know she was pregnant? You know, we're still working through the fact that 2 doctors are now out, 1 resigned, 1 was suspended. So there's still a lot of answers to come on that investigation as well. So they told us that as soon as they learned of his arrest, they immediately fired him. But we know that his DNA was not taken until yesterday. They made a positive match to the baby, and then he was arrested last night. So we actually have been talking to some former employees, some who know current employees, that said he was still on the job after this baby was born. So we know that he's been fired at this point after learning about his arrest, and obviously Hacienda now trying to correct what had happened. So he is no longer there, but has still been working since that baby was born.
What do you think happens to this healthcare facility at this point? I mean, the fact that his DNA was only taken yesterday, what does it say about the state of care there?
As far as we had known, Phoenix police were taking DNA samples about a week and a half ago. Yeah. So we don't know why his DNA was only taken yesterday or what led them to then take his DNA if they didn't have it in the first place. We know there's some talk about another company coming in and taking over Hacienda. We don't have a name confirmed on that yet. We still know, though, that a third party is managing Hacienda through this investigation.
Bang, bang. What's up? It's iCkEdMeL. It has been almost 2 weeks since I've posted, and I came across a story today, happened in Arizona, and I kind of wanted to share it as a cautionary tale when your family members are in the hospital. I've worked in a lot of hospitals. I have friends that have worked in hospitals. In this case, it's kind of hard to say because the victim has been there since she was a toddler. She's had some sort of disabilities, intellectual disabilities is what they said, because she suffered from seizures when she was younger. So basically, from what I'm reading, she's like in a vegetative, is that how you say it? Vegetative state, you know, where to the point where she's not able to give consent. Now you got this animal society. I have a segment. I really want to kind of streamline it, but I have a segment called Animals of Society. This guy definitely falls into the animals of society. Nathan Sutherland, 36-year-old. Now, he's a nurse. He's been practicing at this garbage facility called Hacienda. Hacienda is been in like different companies owning them. Right now, some sort of third party companies owning them or leading them or whatever. And now there's like some other companies. They're trying to sell the company. This is not a place you want to take your family, basically. This place is in limbo. The fact that this guy could do this to this woman, and who knows how many other women there, and nobody in that facility is like, huh? And nobody in that facility, the doctors that, by the way, what did they say? One resigned, the other one quit or something, suspended. Nobody knew what was going on here. So this is like a cautionary tale, man, that if it's possible, that if your family member's in the hospital, if you can be there with them, because these places, some of them will literally kill your family member. They'll give you the wrong medication, something goes on, they mix up something. I've seen and heard of stories like that before. So this is the Hacienda website. It looks like they're a specialized healthcare provider for fragile infants, children, teens, and young adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I think there needs to be probably a big investigation done. Because the story is that they didn't find out this woman was pregnant until she was going in labor, which is kind of crazy. You know, there needs to be a big investigation done. A place like this, they're probably going to be looking to protect themselves. That's why there was probably a delay with the DNA test. These places will probably try to keep things internal as much as they can because, of course, it's going to be a bad press and they don't want that stuff to get out. So not only does this guy need to be held accountable, which it seems like he's going to be, they need to do an investigation and look into other people there, other potential victims, other patients. And they also, that whole place needs to be cleaned up. And why did nobody else realize this? How was a guy able to do this, you know what I'm saying, in a facility like this? There must not be that many people watching or caring for patients. You know, sometimes in some places, depending on the type of care they need, or maybe it's like a hospice kind of long-term area where this patient was, there might not be that many nurses. It might be 1 or 2 nurses. They said they don't know what shift he works, but maybe he works graveyard. So during the graveyard, there's not that many people, and maybe he could have possibly done it during those times. So a little bit about Sutherland, which we don't know that much. Mr. Sutherland is a licensed practical nurse and had worked at Hacienda Healthcare Clinic since 2011. So it just kind of really bothers me too to think that this lady was like disabled, can't speak, can't give consent. This is going on probably who knows how many times, all the time. It's got to be the craziest thing to like be paralyzed. I don't know if she was cognizant of what was going on. It's just horrible, really disgusting. And this is where society has come to, man. This is where it's at. It said on Wednesday he appeared in court and was released on a cash-only $500,000. Must got some money, family, relatives that support his disgusting acts. I'm not even going to say allegedly or nothing. There's DNA. I mean, what else? Unless there was some sort of mistake with the DNA. I don't know how this guy plans to defend himself. Here's a little bit about what the family said. A lawyer for the woman's family, John Michael, said they were aware of Mr. Sutherland's arrest but had no comment. The patient's family have described her as a beloved daughter with a significant intellectual disabilities caused by seizures in childhood. Mr. Michaels told media she has feelings, likes to read, enjoys soft music, and is capable of responding to people she is familiar with, especially family. Court documents state that the woman is not alert and requires a maximum level of care. So I just wanted to share that story, man. Cautionary tale, pretty disgusting. I feel sorry for the family, for the victim, and of course that boy that was born. It was a baby boy. Is he even gonna have a father? Is that somebody you would want to be within the care of a child? Probably not. He probably won't have custody for that. And now is this child gonna grow without a father? Are the parents gonna take care of the child? Is he gonna get put in foster care? I don't know, man. So craziness. Comment down below. Have a great night and whatever. Yeah. Late night with iCkEdMeL. Peace. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button. Trying to reach 10K by the next 10 years. Peace. By the way, I didn't even mention this. This guy looks like a total weirdo, creepo, decrepit looking guy. Like disgusting, bro. Look at this guy. Honestly, man, anybody that's at that facility right now, bro, if you care about your family member, you'd probably take him out of there. That's just my opinion. I mean, look at it. That place is being run by nobody. Nobody's running that place, man. It's a playground for weirdos like this.
I see potential subscribers. Subscribe for more. This is the